like to introduce my client, Barry, who has actually been working with me for a little less than a year now. He actually started with me way back in the July, August timeframe of 2021. And it's been quite the journey getting him from point A to point B. So, Barry, tell me about what it was like for you before you started working with me.
So before like I joined your program, I was struggling to lose weight. So I started to gain weight when I went to college. To college back in 2013. So like I was eating frozen foods and all that kind of stuff. But I started going to the gym even in college. But still at that time I wasn't losing weight. So every time like I would go to the doctor and she would tell me that I was overweight. So since 2000, let's say like 14-ish, I started to gain weight, but it eventually got worse when I went to the DC area, DMV area back in 2017. I started to work out a lot and started eating less, which which can help out with the weight loss. But then I went to Africa, December of 2017, and I came back in around January of 2018, and so I was there for about a month and a week, and I regained everything that I lost. So
I hear you. Yeah.
So from 2018 to 2021, before I joined your program, I was still working out, doing runnings and all that kind of stuff, but it was not working at all.
So tell me about the working out. How often were you working out during that time frame and everything?
So I tried everything. So like I tried 5 days a week. I tried running with like work in school and all that kind of stuff. On certain months, like I was doing. So during the periods when school was open, colleges, which is from January to May, and then so like I was working out 3 days a week, and then during the summers I would do 5 days.
But still the same weight. And what was that weight?
Yeah, so like I was just gaining weight. So when I started with you, I was like 212 pounds.
Yep. I remember. So real quick, what weight are you at right now as we stand?
Yesterday when I checked, I was 173.
Okay. So when it comes to working with me, what were the things that you like most about our journey that we took to get you to where you're at right now?
So like when I started with you, I thought everything was just going to be physical exercises, but unfortunately it wasn't. So like I liked it, incorporating the breathing methods, so reading the books and all that kind of stuff. So pretty much joining your program taught me that it wasn't really all about just doing physical exercises. It's all about also the mind.
Yep. So you adopted into that dream big mentality where even more so than feeling physically amazing, you got to do all the work around that to get the mindset and everything like that.
Exactly.
So another quick question for you. When it came to all of that, what was it like on the nutrition side of things? How was that when we started making those changes?
Or before joining your program, to be honest with you, I had zero knowledge. Like I knew stuff like donuts and the fried foods was bad for you, but I wasn't really looking into ingredients when I was buying stuff. But nowadays, I'm much more familiar with what is good for me and what is not. But before, I could just go to a grocery store and just pick up anything that I like.
Yep.
I just pick it up. But nowadays, even like when I'm buying cereals and stuff, I usually look at the ingredients. So if I see anything that has like a paragraph, I don't even bother. I usually just put it down and move on.
Yep. So let me ask you another question. So with all the work you've been doing, what's the response been from your friends and family around you?
I remember, so like when we started going back to work, so I went back to my own landlord. So her daughter rented me a room, which now we all live together. When I went down there, the first thing they said, "You look skinnier now." I was like, so like even like around the house and stuff like that, he used to tell me, "Man, you're getting fatter," but now he doesn't say. So.
Excellent. I love it, man. So a couple more quick questions for you, then I'll let you go. With everything that we've worked on, do you feel like if I was to pluck you out of your environment right now, reset everything and put you back to where you're 211 pounds, you're lower on energy, you're frustrated, you're struggling, with the knowledge that you've gained working with me so far for almost a year, do you feel like you have what it takes to just bring yourself back to the current point you're at right now?
Yep.
Okay,
I do.
Perfect. Yep. Excellent. So last question. So For anybody that is on the fence about working with me, they have some doubts, they're a little bit confused, but they're frustrated, they're in the kind of pain that you were in before, what would you say to them?
I would say that just go for it. So like at the end of the day, in terms of weight, so once you start gaining it and you're frustrated, trust me, it's not going to go down. It's just going to keep going up, and the frustrations is just going to keep increasing, and stress levels and all that kind of stuff. So I would definitely recommend, because your health is just the most important thing in life. So
Right.
yeah, health comes before a lot of stuff. It just comes before entertainment and all that kind of stuff. But when I started your program, I cut down a lot of stuff just so that just so that
Show
I
up
can
for yourself.
yeah.
Yep.
So when I started, I was kind of over the fence. I was like, you know what? I'll just try it out, for the next 3 months.
Yep.
I was like, okay,
Mhm.
yeah, is what it is. But when I started out, I started seeing results. I was like, you know what? Almost a year later, I'm still in the program.
Mhm. And the last thing I'll leave with is this. It's not just me coaching you and teaching you the proper knowledge. A big part of why you are where you're at right now, better mentally and physically, is the execution of all of that. I gave you some crazy different things to do, and some of them I know after we've been working together, I could tell when you're like, this might be a little bit of BS, but you're
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna try it anyway. And every time you tried it, like you said, you saw the results, you started to see what it was behind it, you started to understand it more after you experienced it and went through it. So on that, man, I also got to say big ups to you for executing, going through the program and committing to getting those results, because without that, I can only do so much. All right.
Yep. And like on top of that, what you just said, some of the things you were telling me to do, for example, the breathing methods. I remember the first time you telling me about it, but I was like, what? How is
Yep.
breathing is going to help me lose weight? But I started incorporating that, and it just
Yep.
went down, straight down. And it's the same thing with L shapes. So that actually helped out a lot. So
Yep. The L-sit exercise. Yep.
yeah, L shapes, and even like the breathing methods. Like when I was on vacation in Africa, I was busy.
Mhm.
So like on a weekly basis, I was only doing workouts like 2 days a week, but I was
Yep.
doing the methods. So by the time I came back, I lost 4 pounds still.
Nice. And now you have the knowledge to keep it and maintain it, and it feels normal for you. So you have no worries going forward from this point.
Yep.
All right, brother, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me about what your experience has been and your opinion on everything, and looking forward to continue to see you kill it in the program.
No problem, man. No problem.